Come on. Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tommy and welcome to a long-awaited video that I promised you that I would do, or I kind of promised but I wasn't sure, but now the time has finally come and I finally found 6 different ways how to decorate your lagoons, and only 2 of those are based on ancient civilizations that sunk underwater. Yeah, we'll be having an Atlantis here, but I think that I finally, kind of figure it out, and I have to tell you, decorating these lagoons is no easy thing because the game always wants you to get out of the water. It just kind of moves around, the camera is all crazy and everything is crazy. So it took me some time to figure out how to do 6 distinct lagoons, play with the lights, play with the decorations, not use the same decorations in every single enclosure. And the worst thing is trying to do the geometric shapes. But without any further ado, these are my 6 different lagoons in the series of videos, 1 biome, 6 different enclosures. Enjoy! So the first lagoon is something that comes to mind to everyone. The first thing that comes to mind is to make a coral reef, but coral reef can also be done, very well and not so very well. I'm not saying that, I'm an expert or anything, but I was trying to do the coral reef barrier, sort of, to have a little bit of the open sea in there, to actually have 2 sides of it, to have one side of the lagoon festooned with corals. That was a weird word. And to have rocks and basically nothing to the other side. Also, what is very important is to make these little corridors in between those corals, so it all feels natural, and it's actually what corals and coral reefs look like, in my opinion. At least I think. I don't know, the closest to seeing a coral reef was when I was watching Finding Nemo, so that might be it. And I'm putting down the purple lights with the blue lights afterwards, so it's a combination of the purple and the blue. What I found out later during building all of these lagoons is that when you want the lights to be a little, a little stronger, because some of these lights are not that strong. For example, the blue shades are stronger than the red shades, for example. You should put as many lights at aimed at one object as possible, and also put these small in between, because it also creates some light somewhere, at least a little bit. And this is the finished product. This is the coral reef. You can see these little corridors in there, and you can see also maybe at another shot somewhere, hopefully it will be there, that there's also the side that is an open sea, and it's not really exactly corally. Yeah, this is the open sea side. And this is an ichthyosaurus. We have plesiosaurus and ichthyosaurus in this enclosure. The second enclosure is something that I like to call the Pillars of the Caribbean, the linguist that I am, and it plays with having all these pillars, and you need to figure them out first, and then you can actually create a roof with these pillars. That is a little trick that I learned from Evo a long time ago, and I want to thank her for that. So basically you're doing this roof and you put down these pillars. It's a lot of work sometimes, but it's completely worth it because the final effect is very, very nice. And this is the view from the viewing gallery. And what I did here was that I aimed these lights at the pillars, and then I also put lights in between the pillars, and it's really hard to keep a straight line while placing stuff underwater because the camera goes up and down, it goes all around the place, and T-Rex fruit bit that some fish or some, you know, like marine reptile swims by and then, you know, like destroys your whole angle, and it's just excruciatingly painful to actually do this. And I'm also putting lights in between the pillars to light it a little more. I chose to do yellow lights over here, but basically it could be any color that you like, that you feel like you want this to be lit with. And I'm also putting some colors next to the lagoon wall, and I'm putting an extra row of lights in between, and I'm putting some corals and some sunken ships over here to decorate it a little bit, not too much. And this is the final product, the final effect, how it looks. It's very nice and symmetrical. That's what I like about it. And it's kind of difficult to do, because if you really want to keep a straight line, you really need to go back and self-correct a few things, but it's possible. Number 3 is the other one that comes to mind immediately, and that's the Mariana Trench. And what you see me doing here is also create this little road between the two sides where we have all these vents. The vents are the essential thing of this Mariana build, and we'll also be using the red color with the lights. I found out that we actually have 2 sets of deep sea vents over here, but the other one looks a little more like the corals than the other one, so I really wanted this to be scary. Of course, we need to have the Indominus skeleton in here and some few rocks. This is the Indominus skeleton that I was talking about. And this is the point where I started placing multiple lights to lit one certain object, of course when the game allows you to, because you don't want to switch in between the decorations and the lights. So what you do is that you place decorations first, and then you place the lights wherever the game lets you, wherever the hitbox lets you go with it. And sometimes it's a gamble, sometimes you really do need to try for an extended period of time to find the space. The rocks especially are unforgivingly, you know, like they have the hugest, the greatest hitbox, and they are not that big. So this is the Mariana Trench with the red lights, with a lot of these deep sea vents, with a lot of rocks. There's not much plants around because it's supposed to be like very deep in the sea. We have 1 or 2 shipwrecks, but I specifically saved some shipwrecks for later. And we have the Tylosaurus here along with the what is it? My favorite one, Liopluronum. This is the Sunken Atlantis build, and I would say it is the easiest one to do, especially if you have the shark feeder placed down like this. You can make circles around it, because otherwise, I mean, it is possible to create circles in these lagoons and underwater, but it's very hard to keep your lines. So if you want to create circles with these decorations, you need to start small and then just like go around the edges with it. That's like the only way. And you'll see me trying a triangle in the next one and that's even more excruciating. And I chose blue lights over here because I thought, you know, Atlantis, sea, blue. And what I need to tell you here is to not put the lights everywhere in every row, because then you kind of lose those corridors in between. And Atlantis and is kind of known for having, you know, like these concentric circles all around. So this is the finished product with the Chronosaurus. I thought it would be fitting for the Chronosaurus to be here. And as you can see, it's not always, you know, very precise, but it's a Sunken Atlantis, which means that those stones could have moved in the meantime, I guess. I don't know. Hopefully so. And it's a very easy build that you can do, and it looks different. The number 5 is the Bermuda Triangle, and here I wanted to actually have not a circle. Not have a circle. So that's why I placed down these decorations. So we have the hexagon over here, and I went for the green lights, and I was trying to do the triangle, like literal triangle out of rocks, and it's just so not easy to do. But what I found out is that when you are placing it from above water, you can actually kind of go in line and see like we're going like this. Yeah, this is when I discovered that you should actually do it like this, and then I self-corrected some of those things, and I placed these green lights over here because it's a little sci-fi mystery, and this light is green, but then I changed it to even greener, to be like neon green, and it all looks, and I used all these shipwrecks that we have in the game, and I wanted to really make it creepy. I wanted to make it all green, so you'll see in the final effect. And this is also the one that I wanted to have lit as hell, because it really needs to be, and it looks sci-fi. It has that kind of a, you know, mystery feeling in it. And this is one that I try to, you know, like check from the viewing platform, and it's just tragic what the view from the viewing platform is. I will show you. I specifically chose this one because this one is so freaking light up. There's so much light in this enclosure, and then you look at it from the viewing gallery and it's just dark. There's like completely, you can see nothing, and that's what I would actually like the game creators to change. Like if we decorate these lagoons, then we should see those decorations and those lights from the viewing galleries as well, because it's just ridiculous that we can't. This is looking so great, and then you check this view, and there's just like nothing. You can't see a thing. But anyway, number 6 is the Bimini Road. If you don't know what a Bimini Road is, I will show you the picture. Yes, I watched the Asian Apocalypse on Netflix, and I was inspired by this. I really didn't know what to do as the 6th one, but as this series always had 6 different enclosures, I wanted to, you know, like create 6 different lagoons. And this is basically just a road that you create from all the rocks that you have in the game, and it needs to be a straight line. It usually is straight line of 2 rows of rocks, and you just like fill in the blanks wherever you can with the smaller ones and with a few lights, and you light the way. And I put the Elasmosaurus in this with the Adamborosaurus, and this is it's not one of my favorites. It's not like I for sure will do the Bermuda Triangle in some of my future builds, because I really love the enclosure. This one is a little different. You can also decorate it with corals all around. I didn't do it here. I just really wanted to have the feeling, like to keep the feeling of it like being a sunken road somewhere from an ancient civilization that was lost to us. So this is the finished product. I know that it's not really like 100% straight lines, but yeah, it's very limiting to do. Like it's almost impossible to do straight lines underwater when you're decorating stuff. So, and it was pretty late in the build, but I will say my goodbyes. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this video. Let me know which one of these builds was your favorite. If you like the video, please comment, like, or share with your friends. And if you really think that you will like my upcoming content, please do consider subscribing, because there is much more coming. Thank you again for watching. My name is Tommy, and till the next time, have the greatest of the day. Bye bye.